Les, are you asking me to play Trials of Osiris? I'm good. I played enough cheaters yesterday. Cheating in the big 2025, baby. I won a challenge, but I know I will lose. How do you defeat the foe that knows where you are at all times? I gotta say, dude, Trials is dead. Trials is dead, dude. Ain't no other way around it. Trials of Osiris, it's dead. And it ain't even like about cheaters or anything like that. It's just that you don't have to win anymore. And I mean, like, there's no real distinct difference from, you got cosmetics, I know, but there's no real distinct difference in what you get from losing versus what you get from winning or even going flawless. Going flawless used to mean something. And I guess Bungie's way of like answering this now is like, hey, we'll give you cosmetics, right? You'll get the sparrow, right? You'll get the sparrow. And although that's a flex in some way, I think one way Bungie could have really invited people to go flawless is, what if you had a shiny version of the trial weapons that only drop from the lighthouse? And considering that Bungie's literally done this with all the weapons in the portal, or they're rolling them out throughout the portal, and they've done it with the weapons in Lawless Frontier. When you have accelerated assault right here present on these weapons, this is by far, like, this is the role that I would go for. I would choose this Riptide over any other regular version of Riptide. And the only reason why I bring this up is because this is the Trials hand cannon. I'm not going to really care to go to the Lighthouse to get this hand cannon, because there's nothing that the Lighthouse version has over what I would get from just playing the playlist, which, by the way, I could just lose and still get a God roll. Bro, PvP has been giga ass for years. It has nothing to do with free loot, just playing. Although I don't disagree with that. I also don't think that Bungie has helped themselves at all. And I truly believe the reason for this is Bungie wants PvP players to play their game. Marathon. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm sure some of them are like, well, we want you to play Destiny PvP. But if you want a real PvP game, we want you to go play Marathon, which happens to be right around the corner. Trials is more casual now than it has ever been. And that seems to always be something that gets thrown in everyone's face, which is Trials needs to be more casual, or Destiny needs to be more casual. It needs to be more approachable by the casual players. And so if you ever want to look at like a good A/B test, look at where Trials is now that it has gone completely casual, because yes, the Trials playlist is more casual now than ever before. Yes, you may still get ass plowed every time you play Trials, but in terms of the loot that you get from it and stuff, it is the most casual it has ever been. And look how the numbers are reflected. It's awful, dude. Like, are these numbers even real right now? So at 90,000 players opening week for Trials of Osiris. God, dog, look at the numbers that we had back in February, back in Heresy. Look at the opening weekend here in Heresy, 290,000 trial players. That's crazy. We can talk numbers all day long, and I can go through each one of these. But can I just say this? Why not just have a shiny version of the Trials loot that drops from the Lighthouse only? It's like its own version of Adepts. Why not take accelerated assaults and slap it on the Trials weapon, and it can only drop from the Lighthouse? All right, some people are bringing up the fact that you can repeat run to the Lighthouse. All right, so they would have to do some reworks in regards to that. So the argument about like player population, because I did just bring that up just now in terms of looking at the Trials population, but a lot of people are bringing up the fact that, well, Destiny's overall population is way down. All right, sure. I can just tell you, for someone like myself, who wasn't even a diehard Trials player, I play Trials on Friday and that's it. Like, I have no desire to play for the rest of the weekend. And not only no desire, but no incentive. There's no reason for me to have even gone flawless. The loot that I'm getting, I get it regardless of whether or not I win or lose. I actually feel like even some of the matches that I play with certain people, that they are intentionally, like, as soon as they see that it's going to be a close match, I feel like I have teammates that intentionally throw. Could just be in my head, but I feel like they intentionally throw. Why? Because it's faster to throw, lose the game, and just get your drop than it is to make a game go 5-4. That's the problem. Let me take a poll right now. Do you like the way Trials of Osiris is currently? And I'm not talking about Destiny PvP meta or anything like that. I'm talking about its loot, how it rolls out, how you can obtain it. Do you like the way it is currently? Do you like Trials' current loot system? 55% says yes right now. 45% says no. My opinion, make Flawless matter again. Allow for repeat Flawless runs. And attach shiny drops. Think things like Accelerated Assault onto our Trials weapons, guys. Onto our Trials weapons. And make it only drop from the Lighthouse. The current Destiny player wants everything handed to them, no work. It's kind of mind-blowing to me because Bungie will go out of their way to make a holofoil for the Dawning weapons of all things. Which, I mean, I'm not against. But Bungie will go out of their way to make a holofoil version of this. But they won't make a holofoil version of this. I really think they just don't want to piss people off. I think that they're worried that they're going to piss off the broader player base by attaching rewards to Flawless only. I don't think it's laziness, guys. I think that they don't want to anger people. You got people that are sitting there saying, I don't want to go Flawless. It's the same reason why people complained back in the day about getting a certain comp score to get Mountaintop or Luna's or Not Forgotten. They have walked back all of these things across the board to appeal to the casual player. Shiny drops to only come from the Lighthouse Flawless. 77% says yes, 23% say no. That's what I would do, man. The prestige of going Flawless or even the desire to go Flawless just doesn't exist. Stop putting PvE God rolls and PvP sweat ass playlists and you won't have to make it casual. I disagree with that. I think Destiny is at its best when you have to play both PvE and PvP. I love that. I can go play PvE. I can go play the Equilibrium dungeon. I can get the High Tyrant Pulse Rifle. I can take it inside of PvP and dick on players. And you know what? There are PvP players right there seething going, I don't want to play the dungeon. I don't want to go out of my way to work my way up, open feats for the dungeon, get the tier 5. And I love it when it goes the other way. I love that Mountaintop was so meta inside of PvE. So was Recluse. And you took those weapons, you went and grinded them out inside of PvP, and you went inside of PvE and you dominated. I love it. PvP is cancer. Stop the horse shit. Dude, if you're ass at the game, that's all right. Look, man, if you're terrible, you're terrible. I don't know what to tell you. There are things such as trying to get better. It's an old philosophy. I know. It's crazy. Instead, when you can't get better, we just say it's ass. It's terrible. It's awful. The system's against me. Oh my God. Look, man, I've been playing this game for years. And if you even think of this version that I'm proposing, a shiny version of these weapons dropping from Flawless is that bad, you would have never made it in D1. And D1 was when Trials was at its peak. You had to go Flawless then, or you didn't get shit. But the system I'm proposing is you still get loot. You'll still get that whatever role that you want to take inside of PvE. It's just that there will be something there for Flawless players. But the balance in PvP in D1 was a bit better in my opinion. Brother, Thorn used to be able to 2-tap. Hawkmoon could 1-tap. Last Word can 3-tap you from 30 meters away. Firebolt grenades could burn you out. We had self-res Warlocks. Icebreaker completely broke ammo economy. Sidearms were literally the meta in the final year of D1. Balance, you say? Universal Remote broke Crucible. That shit was crazy. I'm not saying go back to D1 system. You understand what I'm saying? This is a system where everyone could win here. Yet I have people in here upset about that. For whatever fucking reason. I don't understand. I'm literally saying you will still get loot the way you get loot now. There would just be a shiny version with one more origin trait and a sexier version from the Lighthouse. If you're a PvE player, why should you care? And Destiny is at its best when PvE players have to play PvP and PvP players have to play PvE. I just think I think the true Destiny players out there, what makes a Destiny player is a player that does both. For my PvE players that are complaining about my take on this, if going inside of PvP just makes you want to vomit, dude, just don't do it. There's a lot of different weapons. Do you absolutely need the Trials hand cannon? Do you need the Marlin? Like, do you need this? You You don't need this. Just don't do it. I would say you guys already don't do it. So why even have an opinion? You guys already don't play PvP. So why even have an opinion on the matter? No. Oh, seriously, PvE players. You guys already don't play Trials. You already don't play Comp. You never take a step in here. The most you may do is throw snowballs or play Scorch or play Mayhem. I'm toxic? No, I'm just saying. Why even have an opinion on it? Yet, you don't like the fact that there may be a shiny drop, something for the person that goes flawless. I'm just saying, don't put in meta PvE guns into Trials. I don't give a damn otherwise. If I was Bungie, I would put so many godly PvE weapons inside of Trials. You damn right, man. And I would put so many godly weapons inside of PvE that PvP players have to go get. Matter of fact, Bungie, that's exactly what you should do. You should put the best weapons, cross-pollinated, baby. I would go back to putting a balling weapon inside of Comp. And then stand on business, Bungie. Say, if you want this weapon, you got to be at this threshold. For what? Well, hold up, PvE players. You don't need those weapons. If you look at PvP and you're like, fuck PvP, but there happens to be a godly PvE weapon. So what? You don't have to get that. You don't need that weapon. Go play PvE. Go get your PvE only weapon. So what if it may be best in class? Totally wrong. PvP sweats can play hard PvE. PvE players can't play in-game PvP. Brother, that's just a skill issue. I don't know. You know what I'm coming from? I don't know if you want me to, what do you want me to say to that? Oh, woe is me. PvP players can play PvE, but PvE players can't play PvP. What? Get God. I don't know what to tell you. It's the world we live in now. The world we live in. This is exactly why Bungie will probably never do any of these things that I'm saying. Because already the reaction in this stream is the same reaction they get elsewhere. Bungie forums, Reddit, online. There's someone that's typing up a dissertation on why they can't play PvP. You understand what I'm saying right now? I'm not saying you don't get any rewards, okay? My very casual, soft Destiny players right now. I'm not saying that you don't get rewards. You're still going to get something from this, okay? You're going to get something. Don't worry. You're going to be a gamer. I'm just saying that there should be another reward for the player that goes flawless, all right? For the player that actually does do the deed and has something to show for it. How is this such a hard thing to understand? You'll still get something from it. You'll get these weapons. And you know what? I'm not even saying you don't get tier 5s. Even though, to be quite honest with you, I truly don't think tier 5s should drop from anything other than the Lighthouse. People just want to argue Cross for no reason. No, I just think Destiny player base has turned into a lot of little bitches. I mean, straight up, guys. Back in the day, y'all used to be gamers. And I don't know where y'all went. I guess left. Maybe y'all playing other games. But this player base is just turned into some little bitches. I mean, straight up. Like if I looked across the landscape of different gamers out there, like I used to hold Destiny community in high regards. It is fallen, fellas. It is fallen far. There's so many gamers that play this game that just get so frustrated about asking to be played, to be being asked to play the game. It's mind-blowing to me. It's like, how do I get this loot? Well, you have to play the game. Oh, f*** you. You're asking me to play this game? You want me to go play PvP or PvE? Like, what the f***? I think that going flawless should provide desirable chase items, so that also incentivizes hackers. Bungie, we need to triple down on enforcement to make it work, and I don't think that's something they're willing to do. Bungie better figure something out about hackers. We're about to be playing Marathon. You think people are pissed now when they lose their gear? Or when they lose their match? Imagine how it's going to be when they're playing Marathon. They die to a cheater and lose all their shit. I hope the anti-cheat is ready to rock and roll. But look, all I know is the Trials playlist is dead. And I think the reason why it's so dead is because the Destiny 2 community has turned into little bitches. And that's fine. I don't mind hanging out with you guys. I love y'all. We can have a good time. I'll jump in here and we'll have a good time. Season to season. You know what I'm coming from? I get my loot and I get out too. You get your loot and we all get out. You know what I'm saying? But would this loot mean anything to me? No, it don't mean anything to me right now. It doesn't mean anything to me right now. But I do think that Destiny is at a really good place when there's desirable loot and there's cross-pollination between the two. I love going and grinding PvE to take those weapons and go kill people in PvP and vice versa. I love it, man. That's like what makes Destiny special to me. Some of the PvE only players just bitch about not being able to get their loots, creating this PvE only narrative, and then game suffers, blaming PvE players for being toxic, never their fault. It's all others. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna be honest. PvE only players, you're missing out, man. Like, I'm trying to extend an olive branch. I know Destiny PvP may not be the best PvP game, but there are aspects of Destiny PvP that are really, really fun. And if you've never played Destiny PvP, I really do feel like you're missing. It's the equivalent to me of like never playing a dungeon. You're missing something that's a good feature of the game. To be completely honest, I have a hard time having fun in PvP. Here's what I've seen inside of Destiny PvP. I'll see a guy who's very upset about playing Destiny PvP, and then I'll go look at his loadout. And what will he have? He'll have on some shit like power preservation, radiant lights, and powerful friends. He'll have damage resist mods. He'll be rocking some PvE exotic that should never even be inside of PvP. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Destiny PvP would be a nightmare if I didn't actively spec a loadout for PvP. If I didn't do targeting mods, I didn't do unflinching mods. If I wasn't using an exotic that would be applicable for PvP. You can't just walk inside of Destiny PvP with, you know, your shittiest PvE weapon and expect a profit. It's just not going to work like that. But that's also like what gives it depth. That's what makes it enjoyable, is that you have almost like 2 games in one here. Where in the game is that explained? I don't know. Maybe the words: improve target acquisition accuracy and aim down sight speed for void weapons. Oh, I wonder what that means. Am I gonna rock a void weapon? Holy shit. I think that might help. I think people, y'all gotta, you know, Les gets really hung up on winning inside of PvP. Trials is different, but in regular PvP, I don't care if I win or not. You know, I'm just there to try out some weapons. You know where I'm coming from? The last thing I'm gonna do is jump on there and be like, hey, your ass, you went 0-13, you piece of shit. Over what? A 6v6 game? Calm down. Who gives a shit? The 6v6 game. We can go in circles all day long here. Right? We can go in circles all day long here. All I'm saying is everyone can win in this situation. Just have a Hall of 4 version with an extra origin trait that drops for the trials weapons from the lighthouse. Would it save trials? No. No, there's too many problems with trials, too many problems with Destiny as a whole. It's not going to suddenly be like someone playing Arc Raiders right now is not suddenly going to look up and just be like, oh my God, they added a shiny martlet to the lighthouse. I'm leaving. It ain't going to happen. But what would happen is for the people that are actively playing trials, it would mean something for them to go flawless. You know what I mean?
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.